In 50 meters, turn left.
Yandex in its fucking walking directions, man. This is supposed to be a walking, well, it is kind of a path, but Magadan down there. Walking up a hillside above Magadan, and it's full of bugs and things trying to sting me and eat me and bite me. This is my second attempt. The one from away over that way, we just petered out into nothing. It was like trying to walk through that. So Yandex has got a lot to answer for when it comes to directions for walking. Beautiful little violet flowers. View of Magadan. That fog is burning off now, but earlier on it was a good covering up. Yep, Magadan stretches to the other side of that little peninsula. That there is the Mask of Sorrow here in Magadan Oblast. Oh, Magadan's full of mosquitoes, bugs. They just want to irritate the life out of me. This was put here to commemorate the forced labour of the region, the Gulag System, which is particularly brutal up in this neck of the woods. So it was around the late 20s, 1930s when they discovered gold, silver, etc. in the hills and the valleys around the Magadan Oblast, which is huge. I mean, Magadan Oblast must be at least as big as Western Europe, if not the whole of Europe. Massive. But they needed someone to get it all out the ground. Who are they going to get? Yeah, the old gulags. Political prisoners, forced labour. And to say conditions were bad is an understatement. I mean, this is practically subarctic with a very short summer. So in winter, you're talking minus 40 C. And you get forced labourers just out there digging, mining, dying. Countless numbers. But one of the main reasons for this is the Kolyma Highway, the so-called Road of Bones, which connects Magadan to Yakutsk, or more accurately, Nizhny Bestyak, which is on the other side of the Lena River from Yakutsk. It's a few thousand kilometers through that, basically, up and down. Like over there, still got snow, and there's hills over there. And the old Road of Bones has gone through territory like that, working 24/7, 365 days a year. And this is all permafrost. A lot of it's permafrost as you get up higher. So when camp labourers were dropping dead through starvation, illness, overwork, whatever reason, they couldn't get buried. They were not bringing them back to the Gulag, and they were not burying them out where they fell, because, you know, it's already enough work building the road. They're not going to dig separate graves in permafrost for these poor buggers that have perished in the way. So they just threw them on the road where they were building. So that road underneath is got thousands and thousands and thousands of bodies because it was too difficult to dig them a grave. What a story, eh? Mental. See old Magadan behind me? Good. I've had a nightmare since I got here. Got here yesterday. Coming out of the airport, just about to leave the airport, and I heard someone shouting my name. I was like, who the hell's that? Turned round, and there's a guy following me. Turns out he was I don't know what he was, but he's got a badge. Police, FSB, I don't know. He started talking to me, asking me all these questions. What am I doing in Magadan? How long am I staying? Where am I staying? Why I'm here? What I'm going to be doing? Where I'm going? When am I leaving? Where I'm staying? Took my phone. So what sort of pictures have you been taking in Russia? So they're just tourists, pal. So just cooperated fully with him, and no problem. He let me go, but then he said, look, we're standing here in the airport. I'm going to give you a phone later on, and we'll meet up and we'll have a proper discussion. I was like, what about? Turns out he was trying to assess what I'm doing, but he also just wanted a chat, practice English. But I got out of the airport, then I went to, got on the bus, airport bus, from Sokol Airport to Magadan bus station. Put my backpack on, walked 25 minutes to the apartment that I'd booked on Ostrovok. I was messaging them, I'm at the airport, I'm on the bus, I'm at the bus station, I'm 10 minutes away, I'm 5 minutes away. No one was replying. So I started to get a wee bit concerned. It's like, what the hell's going on here? Eventually I was outside their apartment, and I ended up phoning them, obviously, Russian speaking. So all I could say was, Ostrovok, apartment, address, keys, let me in. It sounded like I just woken some girl up, and she just... 5 minutes later, someone else phoned me, again speaking Russian. So I SMS them back. What's going on? Is someone coming to let me in? Someone going to give me instructions, like the code for the door, maybe the keys in the mailbox? No, nothing. Eventually they text me back, oh sorry, your booking's cancelled. Mate, if I'd seen them, I'd have smashed them, man. It was like 5:30 at night. I got on to Ostrovok support, which was pretty much useless. Still not had a refund, still not knowing what's going on with them. So eventually, whilst I was sitting waiting, I was looking at other properties to rent, other rooms, hotels, nothing. I can only really use Ostrovok because I can pay for that inside Russia. I can't use Booking, obviously Trip.com, Booking.com, they don't work here. So I can only really use Ostrovok. And it was only showing up 3 places. All hostels, 2 of them, which were like 40 odd kilometres away. I was like, oh Christ almighty. I had no option, I had to book one. I had to book one in a shared dormitory hostel. Which is, as far as hostels go, it's not too bad, but I want my room, you know, don't want to be in there's 3 beds in this room. Only one's occupied, but the boy's snoring like mad and coughing like mad. I can't get any rest. So, things have not got off to a good start here in Magadan, and I'm getting bad vibes about it. So I'm not going to stay. This is my only full day. I'm going to leave tomorrow. Because as nice as the police guy was, you don't know what motives he's got. he suggested that I could do an interview with a local media group. He said it's all right if you don't want to, but it'd be good in these days to show that Russian-European relations are not as bad as they could be better, you know, all that sort of. Which actually I agree with them, but I don't want to do it because just in case when I go home, someone from my own governments, agencies will want to talk to me. So nah, I just went, look, I just want to stay under the radar. Don't want to get involved in anything like that because you never know how it's going to impact you back at home. Oh, this is not the way I come up, by the way. Yandex strikes again with its footpath navigation. He sent me on a real detour through like a real dodgy path. Not less, look, stairs leading down to a car park. I'm gonna have to start utilising Yandex a bit more, taxis, rather than knackering myself out getting to these places. Actually, I was blown out my arse coming up there. Anyway, save a hell of a lot of time getting taxis in between places rather than trying to walk. Especially when it's nice and paved coming down that car park there roads. It's only fitting that you have to have a bit of suffering if you want to see that up close. I'm not making light of the subject, just a wee bit of solidarity. Not comparing my hike up there to digging the road of bones, no. Why do I even bother? Oh no, don't feed the bears. Oh god, don't tell me there's bears kicking about. Apparently Magadan Oblast has a load of bears kicking about. Oh god, am I going to walk down here? Yeah, why not? Have I? Look at that, somebody's getting creative. Is that Svarnovs? No idea what it means. Right, keep an eye out for bears. So last night, that policeman, he phoned me, and I think he thought I was at it when I said, because he was expecting me to stay at that apartment. Now I don't know if he's contacted them and told them not to let me stay, so I would get the hell out of Magadan. I don't know, maybe I'm making that up. Maybe I'm becoming paranoid. But it just seemed weird, it just seemed strange. But he came to the place, the hostel, picked me up in a car, took me for a cup of tea, and took me for a drive, well outside Magadan. I was like, but I wasn't worried. You know, it was sort of a really friendly conversation. He seemed like a nice geezer. And we're having a chat about this and that. He would ask me some questions about my time in Russia. But then he'd ask me about the UK, he'd ask me about Scotland, he'd ask me about the new government in the UK and all that. But yeah, it's a nice chat. And he took me some cracking places. I've only had my phone on me, so I'll cut some in. But as soon as he got out his car, the mosquitoes like swarmed me, man. Swarmed me. It was horrendous. He was even pissing himself laughing. He's like, come here, you put your head down. I'm going to take a photograph. It looks like you've got black hair, he said. Because of the amount of mosquitoes that were like buzzing about my head. I was like, get me the fuck out of here, man. This is a nightmare. And when I told him that I might go to Yakutsk, he's like, no, if you don't like the mosquitoes here, they're a lot worse there. So that was my original plan. Every little noise I hear, I'm thinking, what's that? Check me out. Walking around the back streets of Magadan, which in itself is in the arse end of nowhere. And no one is giving a shit. No one cares I'm doing this. I get a few looks when they hear me talking, or I guess they must maybe look at my clothes or something and think, he's not local. I think you've got a flatmate. Never had a bit of hassle once. Not in Kamchatka, not in Magadan, not in Vladivostok. Hassle from the local population, I mean, not one bit. Oh, these look nice. Huh? These look lovely. Nagayev Bay, one side of Magadan. Can you see that? Can you see all that mist and fog there? That's what we could see from the Mask of Sorrow. Mist rolling in from the sea. It's because that water's really, really cold. The wind that's coming off this bay is really chilly. So when that cold air is coming up here and meeting the sun, it's like condensing into this fog. I think you can see it better over there, maybe. This side's fine though. You can see the Magadan beach. The commie blocks of Magadan. Rising up the hills. It's not a very pretty town or city. It's not in the least. The last thing you could say about Magadan is it's beautiful. It is not. So many people have heard of Magadan. But I'm pretty sure they've got no idea why. Ask them why you know about Magadan and they'll just say, I don't really know. I've just heard about it. Or I've just seen it on the map and thought, there's nothing else round about there. Why does it exist? Yeah. They won't know it for its aesthetic beauty, that's for sure. Hey, dude's fishing. Hope you're getting a bite, pal. Hope you're getting a bite. Are these boys Chinese? Maybe North Koreans? No idea. Oh, that was a pitiful effort, pal. Pitiful. Trying to skate some flat stones over the water. One bounce he got. Useless. We wander on the beach of Magadan. Just out of the bay, it comes to another bay, then it goes into the Sea of Okhotsk. Actually, if we're looking straight, and you could see straight, it would be, I think you would see Sakhalin Island. Or that sort of area, that coast, very far east coast of Russia, looking out this way. And if you went over to the other side, you'd be looking at Kamchatka. Maybe that could give you a general idea of the orientation here. There's lots of shells and seaweed on the beach. Don't know what that is, if a harbour or for fishing vessels or cargo. Probably cargo. Cargo ships, supply ships. Yeah, you can see, look, you can see that fog now. Really see it. I hope. I can see it with my eyes. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. if you're going to shit yourself. See? Oh, he's bold. Bold wee man. Oh, this wee dude, I know. He's gone for it. Nut jobs. Yeah, he's still got snow there. So yeah. It's almost an Arctic climate here. I still find it a bit weird when I see Asians looking at people speaking Russian. I don't know why, I just still find it a bit weird. Yellow blue Magadan. I wouldn't go that far, but oh look, the fog's lifting, slowly lifted. And you can see away to the far bay now. Can you? I hope so. Yeah, over there. See the patches of snow up there? And that's not even that high. I like the way they just make the front here into some sort of play park and activity zone. Because I'm pretty sure this wasn't always here. I dread to think how bleak it would have been if this didn't exist. Like for the kids and all that. Or somewhere to go, somewhere to take a stroll in the evening in the summer. I mean, because up there, there's really not much going on. Georgian food. Archo. Crab Kinkali. There is like a very small, little elegant town centre. A nice park again. They do love their parks in Russia. Stuff like this is just like a small square, couple of square kilometres. And I'm guessing this is the main road. All a bit rough looking. Yeah, this is more like it. This is more like an average Russian small town. There's nothing here that could tell you you're in Magadan, or there's nothing here that could tell you you're in anywhere else. Nothing specific. Magadan Avtovokzal bus station. Now I thought I was just going to rock up here and jump on a bus to Yakutsk, or a marshrutka to Yakutsk. That's not happening. That is not happening. And I've kind of changed my mind about doing it anyway. At least in summer. Travelling the road of bones. It's not happening. This is where the airport bus gets you. That's the airport bus there. It leaves on the hour. Or even more frequently than the hour. In some parts of the day. But yeah, I had a rude awakening when I thought I was just going to buy a ticket to Yakutsk, and off I went. No chance. No chance, bro. Nice wee cathedral. And a nice square, actually. Let's get you a wee pan round. Saint Innocent of Moscow, Saviour of the Far East. From 1797 till 1879. Funny, you'd expect to see a Lenin statue, but there's no Lenin about. I mean, I'm sure there is somewhere, but I've not located him. Aye, aye. Ah, you can see that mask thing away up there. You can see that mask away up there? The mask of Sauron. Focus. There you go, it's way up on the hillside. So as I was saying about hoping to turn up at the bus station and get a marshrutka, or any sort of transport to Yakutsk. It was never going to happen. I was told that yesterday. Not a chance in hell. Especially if you don't speak Russian. Sometimes the drivers won't take you if you don't speak Russian. In summer, it's incredibly dusty. And if you're going the full way, the chances are the guy's going to be hopped up in energy drinks and cigarettes. He's going to bomb the whole way from Magadan to Yakutsk and try and get it done in the 36 to 48 hours. And I don't know if that's possible or not, but he's not going to be stopping for me to take photos or videos. He's just going to be, we're going for it, we're not stopping. And because he calls the shots. And I don't care about your vlogs or your scenic photos. I'm not interested. And because it's so dusty, the windows will be all dusted up. You won't get anything. You won't see anything. So I was thinking about splitting it up, like going to Susaman, Ostnera, like stopping at each. But again, it requires a lot of coordination with the driver or the different drivers, because they're only going once their vehicle's full. They're not going just with you and him. He's going to sit and wait until he gets at least 80% full, and then he's going to go. And the only way to know that is for him phoning you and telling you, right, tomorrow we're going at 7 a.m. Well, cancel that. We're going at 7 p.m. Then he'll phone you at 5 and say, we're going tomorrow morning again. Now, if you can't speak English very well, if you can't speak Russian very well, it's going to cause a lot of hassle. I might actually try and do it in winter. I know that sounds a bit daft, but I think it would be easier. Because all the rivers and that, they'll all be frozen. So you don't need ferries, you're not going to get stuck in any swampy mud. Very staunch looking apartments. I approve. So it was never on the cards really. And to be honest, I'm pretty glad. I tasted some of the mosquitoes last night, and I don't want to be walking about out there. I'll get hammered. Absolutely swamped I'll get. I don't fancy that. So even though it's something that I'd wanted to do, I'm not going to say planned, because I've not planned it. As you can tell, I don't really plan things. It's just sort of kind of happen. For good and for bad. I should pay more attention to planning. That's my new thing. I'm going to plan what I do. So that's not happening. I'm not getting to Yakutsk. I can't fly to Yakutsk because the prices are ridiculous. I can't fly to Irkutsk because the prices are ridiculous. I can't fly to Chita or Ulan-Ude because the prices are ridiculous. The only non-ridiculous place is Khabarovsk, where I was before I went to Kamchatka. Although I didn't stay there, I just got off the train, went to the airport. So I'm going back to Khabarovsk, it looks like. And from there, I'll take the train, depending on how much time I've got. Because I'm kind of wanting to now to go to Ulaanbaatar in Mongolia. So if I can get to Ulan-Ude, I can join the Trans-Manchurian train that stops in Mongolia. If that's not possible, if the timings are not going to, the train timings and the timetable's not going to match up because my visa is close to expiring. Not close, but with all the travelling, it'll get near to expiring. I'll just go to Khabarovsk, get the train to Blagovizchensk, and nip over the border into China, and that'll be me out of Russia. Anyway, that's the plans after Magadan. I'll show you where I'm staying at the moment. still. Słuchajcie, klucze. This yet.
Ключ.
Klucze. A,
Ключ.
klucz. A, dobra.
Вот.
Well, still it is. And that window's been opened. I didn't leave it like that. So there's a mosquito. Shower, toilet. See, they're all geezers for the Central Asia. Right, so that's me in Magadan. Done with Magadan. Short and sweet. Didn't get good vibes from the get-go. And didn't really improve much. So, I'm about to try and book a flight to Khabarovsk. If I can't get it for tomorrow, I'll have to do it on Saturday. Yeah, this is Thursday, which means another night here and another day here, but I don't know what I can do. If that transpires, then I'll look into something to do, and this won't be the end of the video. If I do book a flight to Khabarovsk for tomorrow, this will be the end of the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. I don't know where it'll be from. I doubt it'll be from Khabarovsk. Maybe on the train. Maybe I'll make a train video. Who knows? Anyway, see you later. Thanks again for watching. Bye bye.